In 2023, when I hear someone call someone a narcissist, this is what I'm thinking of.
And now they're using crazy ass words like you're a f***ing narcissist. They didn't even go to school. This bitch went to continuation school. Like, you didn't learn that word nowhere. Like, where'd you learn that? You're a narcissist. She can't even say narcissist. I saw on TikTok. You have all the symptoms. And you're gaslighting me. You're a gaslighter. A gaslighter, bitch? I pay the bills here. I pay the bills. I can light the gas as much as I want. I don't give a f***. I'll gaslight this whole house.
Google the definition of narcissist and you'll see it defined as a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves. That's it. So what exactly are we supposed to do with that information? Where is the bar, the benchmark? Is it posting selfies? If so, how many? Is it plastic surgery? Is it working out? Is it doing all three? Or could it just be believing that you deserve a promotion over your coworkers? See, this is part one of the confusion. It's such a broad and imprecise definition that you can potentially squeeze anyone you dislike to fit into that box. For more insight into the matter, we have to look at narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD.
Most of us probably think we know someone who thinks about themselves, who puts themselves forward over others, who maybe has a lot of self-confidence. But actually, there's forms of being narcissistic or narcissism that are really kind of just ordinary. So we have to distinguish between the personality trait of narcissism and the kind of mental health problem that we call narcissistic personality disorder.
This diagnosis of NPD is assigned to individuals who not only display a consistent pattern of narcissistic tendencies, but also face challenges in life as a result, are conscious of it, and aspire to make changes because they're uncomfortable with themselves.
Signs of narcissistic personality disorder are going to be any of the following. You believe you're more important than others. You're preoccupied with fame or wealth or status. You are entitled. You can only really be around people that are highly special or have high status. You take advantage of other people. You are arrogant. You lack empathy. You require a ton of admiration from others, or you're envious of other people, or you think that they're envious of you. If you have 5 or more of those, then you might meet criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. The person has to have really a long-standing pattern across time and in a lot of different contexts and situations where these different symptoms are present and where they're causing impairment, where they're causing problems for that person.
So now we know that just because a person cares about their looks doesn't mean they're narcissistic. Gotta have at least 5 of these traits. Now remember, this only applies for an NPD diagnosis. There are many narcissists that fail to recognize their own issues because they believe the traits are advantageous for them, or at least they perceive it to be that way. And if life is working for them the way they're managing through it, then why would there ever be something to diagnose in the first place, in their minds? Conversations about narcissism on platforms such as YouTube and TikTok have gone beyond self-help videos and now almost serve as a form of entertainment. Think of it like true crime or mukbang story times. Courtney calls Kim a narcissist. Don't make this mistake. Top 5 hacks for surviving a narcissist. When the narcissist calls you a narcissist. The generous narcissist. The maskless narcissist. The aging narcissist. This is Dr. Ramani. She's a licensed clinical psychologist with 1.5 million subscribers at the time of this video. However, many people may know her more as that woman who keeps finding new angles to discuss narcissism every single day. I bet that if I started binging Dr. Ramani's videos for a full day, like if you strapped me to a chair Clockwork Orange style in a dark and dingy room like this, and you just fed me her greatest hits like 30 Days of Narcissism series, by the end of that day, I promise you, I would leave that chair psychoanalyzing my own dog and suspecting that everyone from Mother Teresa to Keanu Reeves is a narcissist. Now, that's not to say that I don't think there are real narcissists out there causing havoc or that I know more than a doctor on this topic. Dr. Ramani clearly knows her material. In her video, Narcissism versus Narcissistic Personality Disorder, What's the Difference?, she explains narcissism as someone who has all of these traits, not just one or some, all of them. That's a lot. But now imagine not knowing that info, knowing maybe just the Google definition of narcissist, a person who has an excessive interest in or admiration of themselves, and then being suggested the video, 5 common accusations you'll hear from a narcissist. You're too dramatic, you're being difficult, you're unhinged, you're jealous, you're being hypersensitive. This situation is problematic because it allows almost anyone to be perceived as a narcissist by the viewer without the proper context. Dr. Amani makes it a point in every video to let us know her stance on approved uses for her videos, along with a disclaimer that her videos discuss narcissism in general and should not be used as a substitute for clinical care. That's great info, but wouldn't it also be just as important to add in what is narcissism in the description of the video with your list, since your channel discusses narcissism in general? That way there's much less confusion, because between this and the vague TikToks and YouTube shorts being put together by everybody under the sun, I think it may be leading people down the wrong road. I mean, back to that joke, there's some truth in it. So is it any wonder why it seems like everyone is pointing fingers at each other? The word narcissist holds a lot of weight, but because many people use it the wrong way, it's unfortunately turned into a trendy buzzword for everything negative about people. And that's why I'm always skeptical these days when I hear someone say that someone's a narcissist. With that said, I'm not a psychologist and I have zero credibility or authority in the space. I'm just a curious guy sharing his observations.